very neat to see all the behind the scenes, like inner workings of how New Balance develops shoes. We got to go in a lot of these back rooms and see hundreds and hundreds of pairs of unreleased shoes you don't get to see, but I know what I saw. It's all in here.
To like see both the physical implications of that with all the shoes that they had around the office, and then also just all the data that they were able to collect and follow and how they react to that was really interesting.
New Balance reminds me of Porsche. They're this company where once you get the shoe, you understand why everyone's obsessed with the shoe.
Thank you, New Balance, for blessing us with an amazing experience. Saw some cool stuff we're not allowed to show on camera. But yeah, geez, this is a company that takes care of you. Come eat with us.
Where do you think you're gonna?
It was really, really cool. I think the nice thing about a 200-meter track is you're just so close to the action. So we were up on kind of the back stretch. There was a bunch of food and drinks that we could have access to, so that was kind of nice. You didn't have to leave your spot. It was like brought to you.
You got to be around so many athletes that you watch on TV and you see on social media, and then they're just walking by you in the hallway, or they're 10 feet away from you signing autographs.
With any sport, when you finally go to see it live, it completely changes your perception of how good the sport is, and obviously like gives you a better appreciation for the sport.
It was motivational. I really want to put myself in that position as well. But watching all the great athletes just put on amazing performances and
really motivating, and kind of reaffirmed like, yes, I love track.
The walkout songs and the energy was high, and I loved it.
Super quick. And you see it in person, it's like, how are these people so fast? But you understand because they train, they dedicate their lives to this, right? And you get to see it in person at full speed, it's amazing. Every event was exciting. Every event, especially even the distance events, I found more entertaining some of the sprint events. I think it was the women's 3K where Jessica Hall was basically fighting for position. It felt like an F1 race on the last lap, the overtaking. It was super cool.
My media day was fun. I felt like the fish out of water kind of expression. I know I broke a lot of like unwritten rules for media that day. No one was cheering. I was like cheering on all the Canadian athletes in the media section, and I was like doing one-on-one interviews with the athletes. So like it was really fun to do it. But I guarantee you I broke so many rules and I don't know what they were. I did like a whole vlog. I was like, I don't think I belong here. Like, I don't know if they're gonna ever invite me back, because like, I was meeting World Athletics though. I met some people from Citius, which was amazing. I got to interview all the athletes, which is so cool. I took a picture with Zoe Hobbs, which I guess everybody did on this trip.
I was actually so calm, and I guess because I've done like a World Juniors and most recently the World Senior Championships, and some of those girls I had lined up with in like other regular season meets, but I was really calm, and I just felt like I was supposed to be there.
I was a little nervous for her, watching her, just because I was excited for her, but you could tell by her demeanor that she was confident, she was ready to go. So once I picked that up and saw her kind of standing behind her blocks with that energy, I was like, okay, this is going to be a good one.
I love her approach to racing, and I really admire her competitiveness and her drive. And so I knew going in Mariam was going to have a great race.
She belonged there. Like she had earned that spot. And she performed, and she PB'd.
I think I did a really good job getting out of the blocks well and getting to hurdle 1, which is what I really wanted to do because I wanted to just be in a position to contend. Like there's some races that you just black out completely. I have no idea what happened after leaving the blocks.
We did talk about she hit the last hurdle, but she still set a personal best, so that bodes well for her next races.
She took lane 1 in stride, went for it, and she just killed it. I can't wait to see her progress even more. I know she's gonna make that Olympic team. I'm so confident. I'm speaking to existence for her.
Hopefully she races soon, because that standard is right there, and I know she can get it.
I wasn't happy with the place I came, and I wasn't happy that I crashed that last hurdle like pretty bad, and that slows you down a lot. But I liked the stat that it was the fastest time in 7 years. Like, I'm proud of that.
Yeah, I mean, the house for the CTFL camp immediately felt like home. Everyone was really nice, super chill, and everybody wanted to come out here and run cross, so it was a good environment to do that.
It's like a nice getaway from your normal training routine and getting to see all these new tracks. And
everyone's just so incredibly kind and fun and committed to the sport. And going into meet day on Saturday, I definitely felt like we were all supporting one another. And
I also normally go to meets alone, so it's nice to have people to talk to at a meet and kind of get to socialize more. And just the whole experience coming down, flying in the Airbnb and with athletes of different events was cool to get to talk to as well. So just overall, really great experience.
High school, you like get on the bus and you drive somewhere with your team and it's super fun. You go out to dinner together every night, you wake up, you take your selfies in your uniform. And then when you become a professional, a lot of the times you're traveling alone or it's like very serious and there's not a lot of time for that like chill, like camaraderie until the very end. But this time I felt like I was like back in high school and things were good.
The biggest takeaway I would say is just, I would say gratefulness. I was really thankful for the opportunity. Of course, like, you know, just because I won the championship doesn't mean I had to be selected. It could have been anybody from the CTFL. So I was really thankful that I was selected and able to come on this trip and learn so much about, obviously, New Balance as a company, but not only New Balance, about all of my fellow teammates and being around them in the track shack, like we called it, and just witnessing how everybody, their different processes, how they do things in their daily lives, and it was amazing.
We've talked, of course, many times here and there at track meets. He's a friend. He was a friend before. He's a close friend now. He's a brother to me now. He's taught me so much. He's the nicest guy. He's so funny. I think honestly he's a bit misunderstood. He loves to help. He loves to nurture people. He loves to coach people, and is respected and in love. And he's helped me again want to elevate my game to another level. And looking at him train, looking at his mindset, how meticulous, how smart he is, and how much he wants to be better, makes me want to level myself up as well.
Big Guelph fan of that whole program. And then my roommate here turned out to be Sadie. And I was like, wait, you run for Guelph? I'm like, we're automatic friends. I'm a big fan.
But yeah, no, I got to know Matthew Lozano really well. I've raced him several times over the last couple of years and never really known too much about him, but he's somebody that I'll definitely see going forward in track and then in like road racing or maybe cross country if I end up running that again.
My favorite moment from this trip, I think, was seeing all of the athletes' favorite moments. Like Alec with Graham Blanks, like he was like just like jumping up and down and stuff like that. He got to meet Jake Whiteman yesterday and talk to him for a while. The excitement of being around like all the New Balance people. Mariam was obviously ran a Husky singlet at the New Balance Grand Prix. So like there was like key moments in everybody's kind of like timelines where they got to do something amazing. You know, we got to interview Gabby Thomas, we got to interview like the Bailey bunch, basically got to interact with them throughout practices and stuff. So yeah, it was quite cool to see everybody's favorite moment.
It was pretty cool, and I also met my track idol, so that was a little surreal.
Hey everyone, we just finished watching the Indoor Grand Prix. It was an unreal experience. We're going to Broken Records for the after party. Come in with us.
Everyone was just there to chat and meet other people, and we got to meet some huge stars. It was really nice to also get to talk to Dave and Jim and Scott, and that was super fun because I feel like we did get to know them a lot better than just, hi, how are you at a track meet?
It was a nice conclusion to the week. Like I met so many people over the week. I also got to meet one of my idols in the 1500 meters, Jake Whiteman, and apparently I was really giddy around him the whole time. A lot of the time when you think of world champions, you put them on a bit of a pedestal, but then you run into them at a bar and you sit and chat with them for an hour or so, and they're just people like you.
I knew what opportunities we were going to get as athletes, and I think coming in as ambassadors for the CTFL was something that once we were here, you were like, no, like you have a role in this, and this is something that you can use both for your own progress in the sport, but also for like the CTFL and the sport as a whole. I think we each kind of had to think about and how do we want to tell this story of this opportunity.
We would have the opportunity to explain to other Canadians what the CTFL is. Like maybe it didn't reach their training group in British Columbia, or they hadn't quite figured out what exactly it was. And it gave us opportunities to explain like, oh no, here are the teams, this is the format of the season.
One moment in particular within that was chatting to some of the athletes last night at Broken Records, in particular Jake Whiteman. He was just such an incredible human to interact with, and he was engaged with, like we were all obviously gushing that we were having this conversation with him, but he was just as engaged talking to us, and that was a really cool thing to experience.
As the week progressed, I think people were, the trip got better and better and better and cooler. And then like by the end of it, they're like, oh my God, we had like unlimited access basically. They were VIPs, they were eating shrimp up near where all the agents are and stuff. And they got to talk with these elite pro athletes for 10, 20 minutes. Like it's like the media doesn't even get that. Like I was in the media area and you're like fighting over people. You had people walking around you that like are the Olympians, and maybe you're not even noticing them because there's like world champions that are like, you're drinking with them basically. So I think everyone was like super excited towards like the end and stuff. I mean, excited throughout, but the trip did get like better and better. I think it was a once in a lifetime experience for all these guys, meeting basically everybody met like their favorite athlete almost. So like nuts.
To everybody that helped facilitate this whole experience, it was truly a memorable one. I feel like I got to meet so many people.
I think the takeaways are like, no matter where you go, you show that you want to be here, you show you want to train, people will help you and they will help you grow, and we support each other. You can see the love, especially when Mariam was running her hurdles. We cheered her on, like that was her teammate. Even though we're all different teams for the CTFL, she's still representing our league, and she did it in dramatic fashion.
This is the end of the trip. I hope you guys all enjoyed watching and are excited for next time we do this, and potentially you could be part of it. So have a good one.